Hello everybody, and welcome to another episode of Tarot Juice. In this one, we're going to be exploring the energy for Earth signs from early to mid-June. Oh, I love you, Earth signs. The fellow maternal energies of the zodiac. We're going to be looking at Taurus, we're going to be looking at Virgo, and we're going to be looking at Capricornus. Beautiful, beautiful signs. Very grounded in reality. Very involved with the physical realm, which is half of us, right? We are both earth and fire. We are both material and spirit. And just as much as it's important to focus on our spiritual evolution, we need to be able to ground our spiritual evolution in our human bodies so that we may manifest what it is that we need to manifest in this physical plane. And that's what you earth signs have a very advantageous hand at, is grounding that magical frequency into this realm. So, just as a general disclaimer to all of you maternal energies, this is your power. This is your upper hand in this game, is ensuring that your material is set, that you may bring forth the most beautiful spirit into it, So without further ado, I'm going to be looking at Taurus. Grounded Taurus. The rooter of ideas, right? After Aries, who generates ideas, comes Taurus, who seeds these ideas into being. Taurus are great with patience. Oh, here we go. So one thing I'm getting at right now is keep continuing being patient and not controlling things too much. Oh, I love this. I love this. Again, for anyone who's curious out there, I'm using the Prisma Vision Tarot deck. I love this deck. It's the first one that came to me. And it's the one that I continue to use. Wow. Even as we're talking about patience, there's a lot of patient energy coming through here, a lot of surrendering, a lot of just letting things happen and letting the universe take care of you and letting your mother planet take care of you, because you know and you trust that she's got you. Let's see if anything else wants to come up for you, beautiful Taurus. Good amount wants to come up for you, beautiful Taurus. Ooh, we have a whole journey in the coming weeks. Again, this is from early to mid-June. Yeah, I gotta stop it here, man. It's a lot. All right. So we start off with the Chariot. Beautiful card that focuses on balance, right? But balance particularly in velocity, the speed of things. Things are happening at a very fast pace for you. A lot of things are shifting and changing and moving around, and this is very much due to all the work that you've put in to get the ball rolling. But you're that dove that's sort of flying so peacefully and gracefully on top of this moving car, right? So there's a fine balance between getting so caught up in the fast momentum and shifts of your life, but being able to be still and observing all of these shifts rather than getting caught up in it. And that's what's happening right now. Life is moving so quickly for you. And why? Because you have just come back from a struggle. Any kind of struggle here. It's a struggle that's aligned with your evolution, okay? It's a struggle that has allowed you to put things into perspective. You're coming back to your home base now, feeling victorious, feeling like you've won, feeling like you have done what you needed to do to lay things to the ground, and you're going back to your light. Look at you, you're coming back. It's beautiful. This is a time for celebration for you. You've set up a wonderful foundation for yourself. Things are moving for you. Don't be too worried about seeing the manifestations of your work too quickly yet. Remember, Mercury goes into retrograde tomorrow. This is a time of pause. You've put in the work now. Now is a time to pause, okay? The Hangman comes up. It's a time to pause. It's a time to surrender to the change of the tides, okay? There's a new wave coming in for you based on all the work that you've done. And you're being asked to release all that is not suited for you anymore, all that is not in alignment with who you are today and the person you are deciding to be today, okay? And it's a little bit of a painful process to shed this old skin of yours so that the new skin can come up, so that the new skin can be shown to the world, so that you can start doing what you really want to do today, okay? And this is very much different to who you were. And who you were and who you are is constantly changing, but you have to commit to who you are, and you have to let who you were die off. This is what the Hangman is all about. Surrender, surrender, surrender. Just make sure that you continue to be patient, you continue to be tolerant, you continue to be grounded in reality, because the tides are changing for you. It's shifting, it's aligning. It's a little painful, but it's aligning, okay? Again, another beautiful reminder to just be still. The Four of Swords. Remember, the sword is the symbol of the word, ideas, thoughts, how we communicate ourselves and how we communicate to other people. And being that Mercury's going into retrograde, this is a good time to reassess all of this, reassess your brain, reassess how you talk to yourself. Make sure that it's good things. Make sure that you, as someone who is so grounded in physical reality, continue to establish a connection with the divine. Establish a connection with the higher energies who are here, constantly changing things for you, backstage, pulling strings for you, making sure that things go your way. And the only way to really allow them to do that is to be still, is to be in gratitude, is to be in alignment with abundance and not survival. And this is what the Four of Swords is all about. Lay down your weapons and actually use your sword to connect with your source so that your intuition can guide you forward, okay? So that you can retune the conversation in your mind to be one of love and gratitude for yourself and then for other people. But the main focus here is for the self, okay? Your connections with other people will be taken care of once you establish a beautiful, pure, healthy, supportive, cheerleader-like conversation with yourself, okay? Your spirit guides, your higher self who is source, your angels, anyone, any deity you've been connecting with, any energy you've been connecting with, if you have been, even if it is just your self in its entirety. Everyone has a different practice. Those parts of yourself are integrating together, and they're calling on you, the conscious user in this physical plane, the human body, to make sure that there is space for that connection to occur so that you can receive the messages. So continue to do that. You're doing a great job, okay? And make sure you're not hoarding your possessions or your skills, your gifts, your talents. Make sure you're not hoarding that and you're keeping it to yourself, okay? Talents are God-given, are source-given. Gifts are given to you to be shared with the community. And you've done the work. You've done the work to hone in on those skills and those gifts. So now give it. Give it that you may receive new energy. Give it that you may build on it. Give it that you may be given, right? It's time to now, that energy, that pentacle that he's holding on to for dear life. Look at all of that abundance all around you. It's beaming, it's blooming. You have so much abundance around you if you could just trust yourself to give it. People need you. They really do. You have that innate connection with Mother Earth, and people need you to deliver those seeds. People need you to plant those seeds in their minds so that those seeds can grow and they may grow, okay? And what's coming for you, again, you see how fast things are changing for you? They're gonna change even more. And it's gonna be completely out of your control. And the main lesson here is to keep surrendering and keep letting go, because these changes are meant for you. These changes, again, Mercury in retrograde is here, and it's here to show you all of the things that you need to let go of so that your foundation can be sturdier, so that nothing can crumble upon you in the future. They're getting rid of it now for you. So that's your main message here, beautiful Taurus, is to just let go and be still, because things are changing quickly for you. And the only thing you need to do now is continue fostering your connection with the higher planes, with the different fragments of yourself, the different aspects of yourself and the different dimensions that need to be integrated together. And it's only you, the conscious physical user, who can do that, okay? Gonna leave it at that for you guys. Let's see if we can get a beautiful keyword for you as well in this beautiful botany deck that I have, oracle deck. Let's see if anything wants to come out. We're gonna shuffle a few more times. Nah, nothing. That's it. Foster a connection with your higher self. Feel victorious in all that you're doing. The tides are shifting for you, and they're aligning with your divine purpose. So continue working on that. Continue working on your connection with God. And there you have it, my beautiful Taurus. So a lot of messages for you this time around. All right, Virgo, Virgo, Virgo. The Virgin, purity, analysis. Whoa, here she comes. You all have such a pure delicacy that it's very hard to touch it. It's very hard to approach it because of how pure it is, really. And we're all so inspired by it. We're all so inspired by your attention to detail and how you make sure that everything is touched upon, everything is taken care of, the home is taken care of, your home is taken care of. You're all very beautiful. You all covet your physical realm so dearly. If you can only get out of your analytical brain and translate that into your physical as well. There's a lot of ideas in your mind. And there are a lot of wisdoms that you come up with. Whoa, oh, there she is. All right, all right. See if anything else wants to come out for you, Virgos. Yes, 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 yes. Wow, there's so much coming through. I think that's the end of it because that's a, wow. I love this. I love it, I love it, I love it. Just a few more shuffles, shuffleinos. All right, let's just leave it at that. So Virgo, you've planted the seeds, okay? You know what it is you want to work on. You planted those seeds in your mind. You've weeded out the negative seeds that you don't want to focus on anymore, okay? Remember, Mercury's in retrograde, so this is the perfect time to be building on these seeds introspectively within and not really going out into the world just yet, okay? We're not trying to imprint ourselves so strongly out in the physical realm just yet. When I say physical realm, so I need to reword that. I don't mean the physical stay within. I mean out in public too much. We still want to translate those new seeds and those new thoughts in our foundation first, okay? Things are also shifting very quickly for you. Your idea has a lot of momentum now. Your projects have a lot of momentum. The things you've been working on has momentum. And all you need to keep focusing on is that beautiful discipline that you've built for yourself, that self-motivation that you're working on, being your own supportive figure. That's really working out for you, okay? And you're planning really well for the future. So keep doing that. Keep planning for the future. You know what your goal is. You know that it's not going to come overnight. You know it's all about feeding your inner flame and continuing to do so. That's what this person is doing here. They're taking earth and they're feeding earth into the water. I also see a lot of you are doing work with plants. That's beautiful. Keep working with plants, okay? You guys have an upper hand with that as earth signs. You have innate knowledge, and you're also very ready to study this and build on your knowledge, right? You have great knowledge with the plant realm. So if you've been thinking about going into plants, if you've been thinking about studying plants, if you've been thinking about, essential oils, herbs, planning your garden, literally a garden, like I already said, herbs, right? That keeps coming up. Do it. If you have seeds at home that you want to plant in little pots, do it. It's really going to feed you, and it's going to teach you more patience. It's going to allow you to connect with offspring, so to speak, like the offspring of plants. That's a beautiful connection to foster. Keep doing that. It's really feeding you. It's really giving you innate knowledge and information that you need to know, okay? And this is further affirmed by the Ace of Swords here. It's an epiphany moment. You're getting a lot of good messages, and you're really doing well to translate those messages into your realm, okay? You're gonna have more epiphanies. It's gonna come up during Mercury in retrograde, okay? Mercury is a very good sign for you, and it's working in your favor. This Mercury in retrograde is really working in your favor because this is your home zone. You live in the mind, and you're able to translate those thoughts into the world. So journal your thoughts. Make sure you have a lot of them, and you analyze so much, so you have to make sure that you journal it. Don't just rely on your memory here. You can't just rely on your memory. You have to journal, or else a lot of the valuable treasures that you're going to be coming up with are going to float into the wind, okay? You have to journal some sort of, and it doesn't have to be pen to paper. Use technology. Write it out, okay? You guys love technology. Write it out. Type it out. Type. Make it fast. Don't just rely on pen and paper. That's going to hurt your hand too if you're not used to it, and it's going to discourage you. So type out all of your ideas, because when you physically see your ideas outside of your mind, you're able to make connections so much quicker and so much easier, because you see all of those ideas in physical form, and then you just bam, point to point. So do that, okay? Make constellations out of your ideas, because there are a lot of ideas that are looking to be fused together to innovate newer and fresher and more advanced ideas. So please make sure you journal. It's very important here, because what's happening is you're allowing yourself to have more fun in life, to be less serious, to be less of a perfectionist. And that's allowing you to have a lot of room to play, okay? And once the inner child comes out, which is a big achievement in spiritual evolution, is to bring back the child that's within out into the world. You're going to be able to access other people's children inside of them, and you're going to heal them. The more you heal your inner child, the more you allow other people to also be curious like a child and have fun with anything and everything. Okay? And really, that's the point here. That's sort of the trajectory of Mercury in retrograde for you, is you're going to bring out your inner child even more, that you can heal other people's inner children. And a lot of people need that. So a lot of serious things happening in the world right now, lots of external things that we don't have control over. The only thing we have control over is what's happening within. So you're being given a special position here to heal the child within. And whether that be also you interacting with literal children, that's going to help you find the child within yourself too, to remember what it is to be curious like a child, to have fun with anything that's given to you, and make stories and have adventures. And that's the point here, okay? So focus on those things, very important things here. The inner child, because what that also helps on a more advanced spiritual place is the union and unification of your divine masculine and your divine feminine. Okay, that's what the Ten of Chalices is all about on a deep spiritual level, is divine union. The masculine and the feminine come together so that you may translate both sides of your brain. Remember, you're very analytical. You want to be able to get in touch with your intuition too, bring both sides of that and create new life through your ideas. Okay, so I'm gonna try to summarize that for you. You've planted the seeds. These seeds are given a lot of energy now, and it's up to you to keep your inner fire going. Please, please, please keep journaling. That's gonna help you with your projects. That's gonna help you come up with very innovative ideas. And when I say journal, you can also do that on the computer. Use technology to your advantage. That is one of your advantages, is technology, analysis, and bringing that into Earth and physically manifesting it. Okay, so that's your Mercury in retrograde tasks here. Is please, if you don't have a journaling habit already, build one. It's going to help you out a lot. And continue to feed your inner fire. And also, if you've been thinking about planting, if you've been thinking about gardening, if you've been thinking about connecting with plants in any way, such as plant medicine, essential oils, this is a time for you. This is a time to really build on that energy, build on that knowledge, okay? Because your inner child is coming out to have fun and to be less serious, less of a perfectionist, but still attentive to detail. It's important. And you're gonna help a lot of people heal their inner children too, okay? Let's see if we have an oracle for you. Plant oracle. I feel like one should be coming out for you, but let's see. Exciting. Oh, I love it. So it's the moral, and the key word is to regenerate. And I think that just really goes hand in hand with what we've been talking about. It's the regeneration of the self, the divine child. It's the regeneration of the masculine and the feminine coming together. The regeneration of ideas, and creating and regenerating new ideas to come to life. Beautiful. And then maybe look into the moral plant as well. Might be some benefits there for you, okay? Okay, my Virgos? All right, Virgo, we're done with you. Be free, be merry. And now we have Capricornus, the goat, the one who strives to the top of the mountain, the one who lets no obstacle get in their way but tramples through, sometimes a little bit too stubbornly, sometimes a little bit too, dare I say it, selfly, we can forget a lot of people on this path when we're really focused in on our goals. And we just have to continue to make sure we hold space for everybody and not just ourselves, Capricorn. The Capricorn card came up, okay? And I think that's just testament to what I was just saying right now, all right? Capricorn, we don't want to be too headstrong in our projects, in our ideas, in our goals, that we forget everyone else. And we, you know, I think the main point here is to hold space for everybody as well as yourself, because there's room for everyone here. There's room for everyone, and everyone needs to be heard. And actually, when you, Capricorn, learn to delegate, when you learn to rely on other people, when you learn to trust other people's visions as well as yours, magic happens, okay? Again, we're not here to live life alone. We're here to live life with other people. We're here to share with other people. And as much as you know how to get shit done, and you know how to get shit done, Capricorn, you know how to get stuff done, okay? Other people also know how to get stuff done in their own way, and perhaps their ways can really inspire you and help you find new ways to get your stuff done, so that you don't have to worry or obsess about them too much, okay? And that's what I'm getting from this card here. I'm going to show it to you once I get other cards. If other cards even want to come out, this might be a short reading for you, Capricorn, because there might just be one overarching idea here during Mercury in retrograde for you. Oh, nope. We have another one. We have another big one. We have some major energies at play for you here. Major energies, okay? Okay. Here we go. Whoa. Major energies. And actually, we got some people involved here too. People involved in your life who are going to help you heal the parts of you that maybe you're not so proud of that are coming out during this Mercury in retrograde. But remember, anything that comes out during this period, I love to see Mercury in retrograde as a cocoon phase, right? And anything that's coming out is asking for you to release it, that you may transform into the next person that you're meant to be. Okay? When we get triggered, when we get obsessive, when we overindulge, it's just reminders of all of these habits that need to come out, that need to find healthier channels or healthier ways to project themselves into this reality. Okay? It's important. You all can feel so strange when you're not being productive, but you have to consider that not doing anything, or that being still and just observing, is doing something as well, and that is being productive in the bigger scheme of things. Okay, in the yin and yang of life, we're gonna stop here. In the yin and yang of life, you have activity and you have stillness. Okay, the yang is the activity, that's the masculine, which you guys are so good at doing. But then the yin is the observing, is the still, is the calmness. It's seeing all of the work that you've put out be harvested, so that you know what the next steps are. And you also let the universe help you out. The universe really wants to help you out here. Life really wants to help you out here. There are people in your life, maternal figures, maternal energies, that really want to help you out here. Okay, so the first card that we got, that I've been touching on, is the Devil, and this is the Capricorn card. Okay, and the Devil is all about, one, power, right? Control, being able to really take life into your control and establish that so strongly and so boldly. But the other side of that is being controlled by your impulses, by your indulgences, by your desires, by your habits that are not particularly the most healthy long term. It's just helping you get to the next day, right? And there's a little bit of anxiety here too. There's anxiety going on. And the anxiety is coming from wanting to control your situation so that you can get a predictable outcome. But that's not really what we're trying to do here. We're trying to expand our horizons, and we're trying to trust in the great mystery of the universe. And you have to trust. You have to have faith that the universe is always working in your favor. If you can just allow it to work in your favor and not get caught up in needing to control everything, okay? That's really what I'm getting here, is needing to control. Things will work out. Your projects will work out if you can learn to delegate, if you can learn to hear other people out, if you can learn to consider and not be so stuck in your own way, okay? And the next card that comes up is the moon, okay? First of all, we just had a very strong moon. We had a super blood full moon in Sagittarius, and it was eclipsed. Look at your partnerships. Make sure that in your partnerships, the other person is being heard. Look at the partnership with yourself. Make sure that all parts of yourself are being heard and attended to, instead of just the one that needs to be productive. Listen to the one that wants you to slow down, okay? Because there are things that need to be attended to, and these things are your emotions. Okay, your ego is sort of getting out of hand. The ego that's not your ego, but the ego that's aligned with survival. Your survival needs are getting a little bit out of hand, and we need to subdue that a little bit. We need to take in the reins a little bit and focus more on abundance and focusing more on trust. Okay, the Queen of Swords comes up because we need to nurture our words. We need to nurture our words within, introspectively. Okay, this is not, and this is. So really, the partnership that we're looking at right now is yourself, because everything else flows from that anyway. You need to look at the conversation you're having in your mind. You need to make sure that it's still. You need to make sure that it's kind. You need to make sure that you learn. And Mercury retrograde is going to bring out the devil in you, right? It's going to bring out that voice in you that's going to convince you of your material self more than your higher self. And the point here is to now balance that out and focus more on your spirit. So do whatever you can, even if that means fasting, if that means taking a break from your indulgences, whether that be, you know, anything that you go to, whether that be alcohol, whether that be food, whether that be TV, whether that be anything that we go to for a break or for some solace from our own mind. We need to take a break from that, and we need to find more healthier ways to cope, more healthier ways to release. There are a lot of emotions in you that are bubbling, a lot of emotions that need your attention, and we can't just assume that that's going to go away. Remember, emotions are like people. They're just like, they're living, breathing entities that live in another dimension, and they are actually your teachers. Okay, so you have to give yourself enough space to converse with your emotions, to attend to them. They want your attention, because that's the only way they're going to get released from your body and elevate to higher levels of frequency. You're the only one who can do that, Capricorn. No one else can do that. And getting engrossed and caught up in your work and your productivity and anything that makes you feel productive, that's not going to help those really intense emotions, those really obsessive, sticky emotions go away. It's not. The only thing that's going to make it go away is being still and observing and honoring your emotions, okay? That's where the Queen of Cups comes in too. The Queen of Cups is pure water energy. Nurturing. Nurture yourself. Allow other people to nurture you. Lay down your swords and allow just lay down your weapons. Allow other people to take care of you and nurture you. Stop telling yourself that you can just take care of yourself and you don't need anybody, that you've got this under control. There are some things that you don't have under control, and it's time to be real about that. Mercury in retrograde is going to bring these up for you, and you're going to have to learn to delegate. I keep saying this. You're going to have to learn to delegate. You're going to have to learn to allow others to help you, and you're going to have to learn to ask for help. Okay, that's your biggest lesson here, is learn to ask for help. Because there are people in your life that are so desperate to help you, that are so desperate to help see your visions come to life, to see your projects come to life, that want to help you if you could just let them help you. And it's kind of silly to say this out loud, right? But it is a really hard thing to do when you're so comfortable with how you do things, and you're so you can trust yourself to get the work done the way you want it to be done, in your specific manner, in your specific vision. But like I keep saying, allow other people's visions to water yours so that new life can grow. Okay, so this is your main task here in Mercury in retrograde, is to find new ways, new long-term ways to cope with your emotions. You know, a lot of ways to do this. And to actually give yourself space to observe your emotions and release them from your system so that they're not just stuck in your body. Okay? There are a lot of past pains that are going to be coming up, that we want to make sure that we subdue them and transmute them to its opposite, to its polar opposite. So if you're getting a lot of memories, if you're getting a lot of past events that have happened come up in your brain, remember, don't bring them out into your reality again. It's coming up because it wants to leave, it wants to go, it doesn't want to stay, okay? So I'm going to leave it at that. My beautiful Capricorns, learn to ask for help here, because there are people who have answers, they have the answers that you're seeking. The people in your life already have the answers that you're seeking. If you can just listen to them and allow yourself to hear them out. And I have to stop it at there. I want to see if this beautiful oracle wants to give you a keyword. So far, it's only blessed our Virgos with something. I'm just going to shuffle a few more times. Seems like that's it, okay? So thank you all for, like I just said, right? Oh my God, amazing. The card is Sacred. Sacred. It's the Hawthorn. So a lot of what's happening for you right now is really, really important. It's sacred. And you're being called to declutter, whether that be in the mind, whether that be your emotions, whether that be, and we really talked about emotions here, right? So you have to declutter your emotions and really hold on to what is sacred. And you have to identify the partnerships in your life that you consider sacred, and you have to water those partnerships, because we can't take those partnerships for granted. We cannot take those partnerships for granted at all. Okay? You have people who love you so much that want to help you out, if we can just hear them out. Those are the sacred relationships that we have to focus on. And this includes your relationship with your emotions. That's extremely sacred. So start decluttering your life and only keeping what you consider most valuable and most important to you. And that's really going to help lay the foundations for you once Mercury in retrograde is over, okay? All right, Capricorn, I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you all so much for joining. I feel so blessed and honored to have shared all of this with you. Let's continue to water each other. Let's continue to support each other during this very strong Mercury in retrograde that's coming up for all of us. let's transform into the best version that we can transform to, given our spiritual evolution at this time. And I will see you earth signs again when we visit our mid to late June reading. So blessings. May the retrograde be with you. And I'll see you guys soon, okay? Take care, everybody.